There you go. Now it's time for the fun bit. I get to interview him. So hang on a minute. If we put that down. Hopefully this will work. There you go.
Fucking slumming it on the deck.
Yeah, damn right. You're where you belong, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Look at that. A prick between two fools. No, two roses. Oh, fucking like that.
Looks like three pricks to me.
Yeah. Right. Can you hear us all right over there?
Is there anybody actually bothering to watch?
I don't think so. I think we're on our own, mate.
Yeah, very likely.
Right. That's the first question.
Granted.
Right. So we have had a couple of, because I put out earlier. If anyone wants to send in any questions I can put to Setè, they can. So we've had a couple, so they'll be in here and all. First of all, right. So Setè, or should I call you sofa, chaise lounge, couch, or an old puff?
We did a piece called Puff actually, which was a puff. It was a puff and it was covered in pink fur. But yeah, you should call me Setè, really.
Okay.
We decided on that name.
Hang on a minute, before we go any further. We've got a first question from Charlotte Ellison. Hello Charlotte, you alright, lovely?
Hello Charlotte, alright mate.
She says, I'm sure I should know the answer, but anyway, if I do, it's a good question. What is the name Rart and Setè about then? And how did you decide who was going to be Rart and who was going to be Setè?
Well, Rart was always Rart, right? So that was, it's not his real name, but it's been a nickname of his since he was a kid. And the reason he got that name was because when he was really young, about 16, 17, he used to have a little moped. Him and his mate, Maz, they had mopeds and they drilled holes in the exhaust, so they sounded like fucking Kawasaki's. And people used to say when they came down the road, it sounded like a fucking Maserati. So they called one of them Maz and one of them Rart. And that's how Rart got his name. The other guy was Maz. He's a nice bloke actually. He had green teeth, green slade. Not a nice guy. So that's how he got his name. And because his name was Rart, we were thinking of names to call ourselves once we discovered we were artists. So I couldn't use my real name because of various jobs I was doing. I got fucking sacked. And we'd looked at a few things and we decided on Rart and something, just Rart and something. And Setè came about, S-E-T-E with a hyphen on it, just because I was sitting on a settee at the time. I said, what about Setè? And he said, yeah, all right. And I said, better do it with one T and an accent on the E, because then it will look pretentious.
Good job you weren't sitting on his wife.
It was, otherwise I'd have been called Val. That wouldn't have been fun.
And also Charlotte says, and has he forgotten that I owe him money?
15 quid? No, I haven't forgotten.
No, he hasn't forgotten, Charlotte.
Actually, it's for charity anyway, so it's not owed to me, you owe it to Mind.
He said, that makes you feel better, doesn't it? No guilt trip there at all.
Yeah, no guilting you out on that one.
Alright, what have we got next? Oh,
I actually paid it myself, Charlotte, so don't worry about it. You're a good egg. You and the sweethearts are, are cool, so don't worry about it. It's all dealt with.
Right, how did you end up in the farcical world of art?
In the bicycle world? In the
Farcical.
By mistake, kind of accident. So me and Rart used to make stuff because we had to, because we were fucking pissed or stupid, and we'd take photographs of it, go down to the pub and show our mates and say, guess what that's called, right? And then they'd have a guess, they wouldn't get it, we'd tell them what it is, and then they would piss themselves laughing and buy us drinks. So that was what we did. And one day one of them said to us, that's fucking art, that is. Like, and obviously, you know, they were kind of like builders and like carpenters and engineers and stuff, mechanics and that. And none of them were into art at all. Like not a sausage. Like wouldn't know fucking Turner from fucking turnip. And one of them said, oh, that's art, that is. And we were yeah, all right. And then me and Rart were on a train going uptown. I can't remember why. And we saw an advert in a magazine that just happened to be laying on the seat, saying it was an open competition for artwork in this gallery in Chelmsford, I think it was, somewhere out in Essex. And we thought, well, we can't go for it because we're not really artists. So we thought, how do we know whether it's fucking art or not? So we decided to write to the tape. So we took the photos that we'd shown our mates down the pubs and we sent them to the tape and said, what do you think? Like, you know, what do you think? And they wrote us a very nice letter back saying thank you for showing us your art. Please keep us informed of your career, this, that, and the other. We'll be watching, we'll be watching with interest what goes on. So we got the letter back. It was like, fuck, we're artists, right? Result. And then we saw this advert that just happened to be in an open magazine on a train seat on the way back from town, pissed as puddings. And Rart tore it off, stuck it in his pocket, like just the top corner. And about a month later, we thought, oh, we'll go in for it. And we got a solo show for a month. And that was it, really. And that was artists, right? Easy. Fucking piece of piss.
What was the first piece you did then?
What's what?
What was the first piece you did?
Do you know what? I can't remember. Well, it kind of organically evolved from doing fake dog turds that we used to leave in his father-in-law's pub under the seats because his father-in-law had a dog. And so we used to make clay dog turds, stick them under the seat, and then his father-in-law would go fucking mental, shouting at the dog and trying to clean it up, like, with oh, fucking dry turds everywhere. So that was probably the first thing. I don't know whether you could call that art or not, but judging by the rest of our stuff, you probably could, yeah. But
I see it tonight.
Yeah, it was either that or Christ, it was either that or Bellend, which I said before. I think if you're online, then or like one of you that's bothering to watch. Bellend, which are two life-size flower pot men engaging in the act of buggery with Dr. Martin boots and gardening gloves, really shunting each other. It was either that or the lady's bicycle that we had, painted it all red, the saddle, the lights, the tyres, the chain, everything, just painted it all red, and then just hung thousands of tampons off it and called that the menstrual cycle. It was one of those two. Probably. Those are probably one of the first two bits of real kind of, like genuinely art that we did, that has actually got some meaning to it other than just a pure gag value.
What or who were your influences?
What?
What or who were your influences?
What or who? What or who were my
What
influences?
or who?
Lager, generally. Oh, to be absolutely honest, nobody. They are now, like I keep saying we, I can forget he's dead. I do have influences now when I work with either the Sons of Incoherence or on my own doing my own stuff. But Rart and I really had no influences at all because we had no art background. First gallery that we actually went in, like full stop, the first gallery that we actually walked through the doors of was our first solo exhibition. We'd never been to an art gallery before that, like not one. Like, literally, we hadn't been to a gallery. Like, we might have seen a bit of art on the telly, like on the news. Somebody saying, oh, the Turner Prize, what a load of rubbish, something made out of bricks, like submarine made out of bricks, or that kind of bollocks. But that was it. So nobody, so for the Rart and Setè stuff, absolutely no influence. We were doing it over a long period of time, and we did get to meet and talk to other artists, and then possibly got a little bit influenced by some of their stuff, but there wasn't really anybody doing anything like ours. We used to like Gilbert and George Melton, they're nice guys. And a few people at the opening of the White Cube 2, do you remember that before it shut down? We went there, had a beer with Madonna and stuff, and met some artists, and they were nice people, but I can't honestly say that anybody influenced us in any way, shape or form.
What do you think Freud would make of your work?
He'd probably make some Scandinavian furniture out of most of it. I've got no fucking... Oh my god, I'd probably be in a fucking cell. That bastard got to look at any of it. Thank fuck he's not.
This is a bit of a deep one. In these times when the world is clearly on its last legs and dying, how do you justify the place for art in it?
I think that people have to... Oh, fuck me, I'm getting serious. I think that people have to take inspiration and try and be lifted wherever they can, whether that's through music or through art. I think the other point is that art can make a difference, can make a serious actual statement, and can change stuff. It really can. If you change one person's mind by putting out something that's I don't know, like even like some of our shit that we knock out. If it changes some people's perception, like somebody who looks at women, like and looks at their boobs and thinks they're a piece of meat, and looks at their tits, and maybe looks at our piece called Bust, which has just got tits on the side of its head because that's all you fucking think about. maybe there's a slim chance it might change somebody's mind. And if it does, then that's great. And maybe, you know, maybe this isn't the end of everything, right? You got to
No, it
try
is.
and, oh, is it?
Yeah,
Fuck.
definitely.
Oh, that's a pain. Oh, I won't bother painting and shit anymore. Fuck it. You've got to keep on though, you know? You've got to do it. And art can lift people up as well as bring people down, and it can make people think. It can change stuff. Genuinely.
Fair enough. That's enough of you being
Yeah,
a cunt and
enough.
serious now.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
enough of that.
Okay, all right, next one. What or who from the art scene would you like to douse in petrol and dance around wearing nothing but a kipper singing I.O. Silver Lining as it burnt?
Fucking everyone.
Oh, not everyone, you know.
Everyone excluding probably Gilbert George. I'll fucking burn you, you bastard. I know there are some pretentious fucks out there, I must admit. I mean, like,
Some.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, to be absolutely honest, Rart and I, when we first started, we were absolutely fucking shocked. I mean, being not non-artists and common as fuck, probably. Although we're intelligent-ish. Like we didn't really know people like transvestites, right? Like, because you wouldn't be talking to a transvestite down a pub with a bunch of builders, right? Not the sort of pubs that they'd go in. And when we went into the art scene, one of the first galleries we were with, there was some bloke dressed as a woman who was curating it, and it was like a real fucking eye-opener for us. But it's like, oh, right, they're just fucking, they're not nice people. Anybody who doesn't kind of conform to that as an artist, or anybody who's far too fucking pretentious, which there are a lot of, we would burn the fucking lot. Like, fuck them. Even if they're artists, fuck them, burn them.
Fair enough. Alright, we've established that Rart is dead.
Yes, very. Died of a death.
Yes, he did. Yeah, stopped breathing. But do you feel more confident now you got rid of him? Yeah.
The insurance money's nice.
Yeah, good. Anyway, so now he's gone. Next question is, Beezy's dead. Which dead critic would you like to review your work? Sister Wendy Beckett or Brian Sewell, and why?
Oh, I think Brian Sewell. I think definitely Brian Sewell, because he talks like he's got a pair of bollocks in his mouth. Ooh, my name's Brian Sewell.
He probably has most of the time. Well, not that.
Yeah, absolutely. I must admit, when Rart died, when Rart died, I think it was a piece in his funeral booklet. I said, well, you know, wherever you're fucking gone, be it up or be it down, right, you better be sourcing us a fucking great space for when I come and join you, mate, because we're going to knock it out of the fucking park. But yeah, Brian Sewell.
You do realise there's no life after death, that's it, he's gone. No, I don't want to break that to you like in a casual manner, but...
Oh, fuck off. Next you'll be telling me there's no Father Christmas, you cunt.
I don't want to sue you this, but... Right. Warhole or Horsehole?
Oh, tough one.
What, the Horsehole?
Yeah.
A bit leathery, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we did a piece, didn't we, under the Sons of Incoherence, Randy Horsehole.
Yep.
So on that basis, I'd have to say Horsehole. However, just before lockdown started, I managed to get a couple of tickets to the exclusive evening at the Warhole show at the Take, and then the bastards pulled the plug because of COVID, so that was fucked. But I would like to go and see that. I've never seen any of Warhole's work in the flesh.
Does look good actually, that show.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I'm going to try and see that. I've got to speak to somebody on Friday about it, and then perhaps me and you will take a trip, John.
Yeah. What, Impressionism or impressive witticism?
Oh, fucking impressive.
It's just taken me all afternoon to come up with these. Get it right.
It took you all afternoon to fucking spell it. Impressive.
Take you all evening to try and say it.
Impressive witticism. Every fucking time. Don't ask me that question again, you fucking bearded buffoon.
Piece of art on the wall or piece of arse up against the wall? You don't get this on the South Bank show, do you?
You don't, do you? Fucking Melvin Slag's got nothing on you, has he?
Not anymore, no.
It'd have to be arse up against the wall, wouldn't it? Life's too short just to have art.
Yeah.
You've got to have some aim sex as well.
Right, last question, and we'll do some of the questions from the people that have sent in. So, anyway, you're clearly a massive bellend. Was this something you religiously studied, worked on, and honed to perfection, or has it just come naturally? I promised myself I'd read that with a straight face. Go on.
It comes naturally. It comes naturally. I am genuinely an absolute cock.
What we spoke about yesterday was what we'll do this. We'll keep a deadpan straight face. Yeah, that's cool.
It's not like this is scripted or like John said, I'll ask you some questions. I said, I'll just fucking ask him. I ain't going for him first. Just fucking ask him. He said, I'll keep a straight face. Oh yeah, of course you're fucking looking now.
Right, there we have.
Girl.
Fancy Farquhar on Twitter asks.
See, the trouble is, the Rart and Setè always ends like this. Rart and I were convinced that we would die laughing at some point.
Well, you did. Well, she was looking at him. Oh, sod. Oh, poor fucker, only never.
It is always like, we do it doesn't matter where it fucking is. It ends like this. It ends in fucking tears in the best possible way. I've got no idea why.
So Fancy Farquhar.
Fuck off!
On Twitter asks, who would be against the wall if you were? Who would be first against the wall if you were emperor? I'm guessing he means like shooting squad, not like.
Oh, I thought you was meaning like dirty sex in an alley.
No, not like the usual behind the bins at the young offenders institute. Not that one, no.
Thatcher's dead, so that's covered. Trump. I mean, with no artistic kind of fucking thing on that at all. Trump. He's a fucking lunatic and he's going to destroy it. I mean, he's fucking mad, right? And then this is the trouble, right? Serious point, right? The world is going to be run by stupid people, right? I mean, yeah, pretty much, right? But it's going to get worse, right? Because there are more stupid people than there are sensible people in the world. You only have to look at COVID to fucking work that out. And they will vote for complete fucking idiots like Trump, right? The world will be completely run by stupidocracy coming.
Well, we've already got a bastard offspring of him, haven't we, running their country, so...
Yeah, this is true. This is true. It's like having fucking Basil Brush running your country.
Fucking Custer Blamont, isn't he, going on? Right, straight...
Fucking people you get on Twitter. Fucking hell.
Right, straight face to the next one. Mrs. Beryl Buns.
Oh, I've got beer coming out of the nose.
Mrs. Beryl Buns. Beryl Buns.
Yeah.
From Chafing on Sand. Should have a shower, love, if you're chafing after you've been at the beach, if you're chafing on sand.
From Effingham Blinding.
Apparently that's where she lives. Asks, if you could have your cake and eat it, what would it be?
It would be a Black Forest Galox.
Oh.
Oh, Bollo, I said that wrong, didn't I?
No.
No, good.
No,
Black Forest
Galox.
Galox. Yeah.
I think there's... Oh.
It would be. With nice creamy bits and cherries.
Yes, yes. Right, Mr. B. Johnson wants to know where you stand on all this public masturbating that's going on.
Yeah, I think it's good to get things out in the open, to make sure that you air things properly, you get it out in the open, and that everybody involved can join in the discussion, the discourse, that social intercourse of a mass debate on something.
Ooh. So nothing to do about wanking then? Just thought I'd ask. Right, straight faces again. Gertie Clunch at Grinding by the Sea.
Yeah.
Says, you now work in partnership with Johnny Cunt in The Sons of Incoherence.
Mm-hmm.
Which part of his staggering good looks, endless genius and masterly animal husbandry convinced you to team up with him?
I think it's the animal husbandry, because he's been out with some animals.
There are a few of them.
There are a couple of exclusions on there. In case Mia's still bothering to look. Mia's excluded from that. The rest of them. Animals, the lot. Animals!
You want to include Lena in this, otherwise you're going to be shot.
She ain't watching. No.
She will be.
Lena, Mia, you're excluded. Oh, Claire, you're excluded as well. You were alright if you bothered to watch. But other than that, monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the thing that attracted me to working with Johnny Cunt from the Cuntists under the Sons of Incoherence, in all honesty, was the fact that he kept saying, "Come on, we've got to do some stuff to get myself." Like, oh, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And again, to be fair, if it wasn't for Johnny Cunt of the Cuntists and Mia, I wouldn't be doing anything now. They convinced me to take part in a couple of exhibitions and to work with them, because after Rart died, although I was doing a little bit of stuff with Johnny Cunt while Rart was being really ill, of course. But when he died, I thought that was it, that was the end, and I was just not going to do it anymore. And they convinced me otherwise, that there was still a need for stupidity and the other serious stuff that I do on my own back. So thanks to them two particularly for pulling me out of the chair and kicking me up the arse and making me fucking do stuff again and realising how much I need to do it personally.
Super. Well, that's it.
Toss one.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah. So, right, well that's it. I've got the notes here, look. If you want to come and see the show, it's the same as usual, viewing by appointment only, and that's because I don't want you to catch me mid-shit. So yeah, drop us a message if you want to come down and have a look at this, and if you want to buy any, even better. Oh, you're liking it. You'll take me out for dinner with it.
I'll have to pay you fucking ransom to get it back.
Our next show is in 2 weeks and is in collaboration with Life Drawing Montmartre. Yes. And they're two of the greatest people I've ever met in my life who run that. They're lovely. And it's going to be under the Copy That banner again, so it'll be the work that's drawn in their life drawing. They're going to send to me and I'm going to photocopy off. And we're going to have one of them shows, so that's in 2 weeks on the 13th. But yeah, by all means, if you want to come down and see this, you're more than welcome to. But if not, we're going to go and have a beer with Mr. Fancy Farquhar. So, well, good night and go away.
Ta-ra!